Hey kitties! So today I am going to be doing a 13 reasons why tag. A tag that I thought was really important to do. I came up with all of these questions. If you guys have not seen or heard of the series 13 Reasons Why on Netflix, I really love it. I don't want to say like I encourage you guys to watch it because a lot of the things in the series are triggering. Depression, suicide, rape, bullying. There's a whole list of different things. So if these things are triggering to you, then just keep that in mind. I really like the series, so I wanted to make a tag video doing this. Before I get started though, I want to say that I am back filming on my big professional Canon. I switched to the G7X, which is our vlogging camera, and that's what I started doing because it was just easier, but I noticed the quality of this wasn't as good. So if you guys like the quality of this, please let me know. But anyway, this may be a spoiler video, so if you haven't watched it and you're gonna be mad at me for spoiling it for you, stop this video. If you have watched this series and you're obsessed and you make videos, I would strongly suggest you doing this, and I tag you, do it. And if you're like, oh my god, why is everybody talking about this? Sort yourself out and give it a watch. Okay, number one. Who is your favorite character? Tony! When I said this to my friend, because we were talking about 13 Reasons Why, she's like, what? Like, why Tony? Like, no. And I'm like, what? Why not Tony? Tony is like my favorite. Just like a genuine, trustworthy, sweet, good advice, generous, handsome, I don't know, like what more to say? Like he's just a soulful person. I love him. And then I Googled it and a lot of people were like, no, Tony's the worst. I'm like, what girl, bye? Like, boy, bye. He's the best. Number two, who do you relate to the most? A lot of different characters I could relate to at different times because there was a lot of ups and downs and different things that happened. So a lot of times I was like, okay, I relate to that incident. But if I relate to a specific person, not through everything, but I would say the most, Hannah, which a lead character I never relate to the most in like movies or TV shows. Hey girl. I usually relate to people in series that other people are like, oh, who's that? Like, you know what I mean? So for me to relate to the lead character is kind of a big thing. I think maybe that's why I took so strongly to this series. And just to elaborate, because Hannah, she was suffering so internally. In public, she would just put a smile on and still be funny and positive, and to her parents she was always like, hey, like nothing's going on, and she didn't want people to see her sad. And when she opened up to people about being sad, some of them just like shunned her away, and she's like, oh, okay, like what am I supposed to do? Okay, well then like nobody wants to listen to me, like so I'm just gonna go and talk to a tape, in my case to my journal, and you know, vent in that way. It was just like kind of eye-opening to me. I'm like, wow, like it just hit home. Number three, who did you like at the starting but then changed your mind afterwards? Marcus. Bye Marcus. Who even are you, Marcus? Marcus. I needed to add this question because people aren't always how they seem. People can put on this like fake attitude to get what they want, and then try to act cool in front of other people. In this case, Marcus, trying to be all sweet and, oh, you're my Valentine, let's go on a date, and like pushing her to go on the date, and she's like, nah, I don't really want to go on the date, and he's like pushing, like, please, yes, oh, I really like you and all this. And then when the date finally comes, like, oh, hanging out with friends, oh, bleh, and then she's like, cool, and then he finally gets there and he's like a complete asshole. Like, Marcus. I know this is a show, Marcus, but we just need to talk. Like, sort your shit out. I hope there's not a season 2 because I'm fast forwarding all the parts with your ass in it. Like, I've now become a hater. I can't stand people that put on this fake show, you know, because I don't even know who really Marcus is. Is Marcus the nice guy who at the beginning, and then when he's around friends, he's like this fake guy? You know what I mean? Or is he actually inside that fake guy who's the asshole in front of his friends? Those are the people I don't like because then you don't know who they are. It's like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, like, who are you? Just show me who you are. I'm the same person I am on here. Well, sometimes I'm a little crazy. And when I go out to like Dollarama, you know, I'm still me, but I'm not like, hey, you know what I mean? But I'm still me. Like, I'm still a crazy girl inside, but I'm not like, hey guys, how are you? And then when I go out and somebody talks to me and I'm like, what? Like, no, I'm like, hey guys, how are you? Hey, how are you? Like, ugh. Number four, what scene was the most emotional to you? Heavy one because there's a lot of different triggers in this series. I can think of 5 top straight away in my head. The top 2 though, I'm just gonna say my top 2 because they're really close. The first one is the one I cried, and I'm not a big crier, and it was when Jessica just broke down and why am I getting emotional right now? Like, it's a show, but like, it's so real. These are so realistic things that people go through. When she was telling her dad she was raped, even though it was a very short scene, it didn't even show her really explaining it. It was just like, you know, like, I need to talk to you. And that, like, I'm getting chills right now. Like, that shook me. Like, there was so much emotion, and it was like building up, right? Because through everything, like, when she was raped, she didn't know, and then came to the realization, like, yeah, I do remember, and all that, and it was like dragging out, and then finally, like, and like, you could tell that she was trying to suppress it, and like, no, like, it didn't happen, like, denial, and then like actually opening up to somebody who was there and cared for her. It was just such a big moment to me. And then the second one that was tied is, I think, pretty much everyone's, when Hannah is committing suicide. And that's what I want to tell you guys. Like, if you haven't watched it, like, the very last episode, like I said, this is a spoiler video, so can't get mad at me because I already said that. You actually watch her committing suicide, and that one I was like I was just, I didn't know what to say. Like, I was shook. Number 5, what character left a sour taste for you? Mark it! Just kidding. Courtney. As much as I like despise Marcus, I think that I could eventually like Marcus, because some people like are a dick, but then can actually change and like show who they are and say like, oh, you know, I was a dick because of this reason. I could feel that with him, like I could feel he could change, but Courtney, I could never like her because, oh my god, like, what? I had a bad feeling of her from the very start. She's trying to be this, I don't do anything bad, oh my god, like, I'm just this very good girl, and we're just gonna blame somebody who's deceased, and we're gonna blame her, and she's a liar, when she's not a liar, and you know damn well what you did. Courtney, she was just taking serious issues so lightly. She was just trying to make herself seem like the goody-goody. When I say to people, it's because of their personality. Like, she's gorgeous, Marcus is gorgeous. I think all human beings are gorgeous in how they look. It's how people act that make me gag and be grossed out before anyone comes for me. Just be a nice person. Like, how hard is it to be a nice person? Be nice. Number 6, has this changed your perspective on suicide, depression, bullying, or rape? Absolutely not. And some of you might be like, what? Like, yeah, it should have. No, because I have personally seen or felt or had friends in almost every single one of these situations, whether it's me or a friend, or physically going through it, emotionally going through it. Even though different people experience these situations differently, that's just how it is. Like most people will go through it, and you should just be kind to people. And I've made a point in my life to be kind to people. Know that everybody, you know, has feelings, and to not just be mean to people and bully people and call people out because you don't know what they're going through, and that doesn't solve or make anything better in life, and it doesn't make me feel better as a person about myself to go and call people out and be just unnecessary. Number 7, what would you change or add to the show if you could? There's not much I would change, but I would like to have added more about Sky. I feel like her character is very strong, and I don't want to compare anyone, but it's very, I think, comparable to Hannah. I would like to see more of Sky, like her emotional, like how she's feeling, because when you see Sky, she's this very standoffish person who's like seems like kind of rude and just like go away. I would like to see more of like her home personal life, because you get to see that with almost every character, like how they are at home and out in public. You know, when you're out in public and you're that kind of person, I feel like inside she's a hurt soul and going through a lot. So I would just add in more of Sky's personal life to kind of paint the picture that it's not just Hannah going through these thoughts. I don't know though, Sky could have not, but I just would like to see that, right? Number 8, favorite quote or saying? Unhelpful Yoda, unhelpful Yoda. Okay, that was the funniest thing because it's a really serious show. Tony is just this guy, you know, and he's there and he gives advice and he tries to be all calm and has these amazing little sayings, and then Clay just, you know, because Clay's going through an emotional roller coaster, and he just like breaks down and he just says to Tony like, you're an unhelpful Yoda, basically, because Yoda is just like, oh, may the force be with you and all that. I don't know, I'm not Star Warsy. Inspirational advice, and it was just so funny to me. And then Tony's like, is that a crack at my height because he's short? And it was just a really funny thing to me. So now that's what me and Dalton say, like, you're unhelpful, like you're an unhelpful Yoda. Number 9, favorite Clay moment? After he left Bryce's house, and he got the recording on his recorder, and he was biking away just like so happy and like screaming, because that's not him, right? He's a very reserved person, but he went out of his box for his friend, and he finally did something that he felt good with, because he was feeling so shitty and down on himself and negative. And when he did this, he was like, yes, bitch, I'm so happy, I'm gonna shout it to the world. Number 10, whose style do you like the most? Sky. I love her style. She's just so different and unique. I love her hair. I love her outfits. Number 11, what was the most shocking moment to you? When Tony gives the bakers Hannah's tapes on that little file, or like little thingy, what is it called? I was like filled with mixed emotions. Like, are they gonna be able to handle it? Is Tony okay with doing that? I support that decision like 100%. I think that's a great decision. It was just shocking to me because Tony was all about like following Hannah's rules, right? Like Hannah wanted this, and then giving the files to her parents. But it is like, you know, it's about what Hannah needs instead of just what she wants. So it was just shocking to me because that's just not how I thought it was gonna go. Number 12, people are constantly saying everyone should watch this series. Do you agree with that? Now I put this question in here because I'm conflicted with this and I want to know what you guys think with this. Do you think that everyone should? Because people that have been personally affected with each of these topics, do you think it'll trigger them, just put thoughts into their minds or negatively impact them? Or do you think it will help them? Also, people maybe that don't deal with any of these issues, do you think it will be triggering for them to be like, oh my god, like look what the world is? So I honestly, this is the only question that I'm like, I don't know. And number 13, I needed to add 13 questions to here. What questions do you want answers for? Maybe a season 2 could do these answers for me. I need to know, I'm drawing a blank. Oh, what is the photography student? What's his name? Trevor? Why am I drawing a blank? Anyway, I need to know why he has pictures of everyone on the list or on the tapes. I need to know why he took Alex's picture and then Alex killed himself. Supposedly, I think Trevor, is that his name? Killed him. Like, I don't know. Why does Trevor have a whole trunk of guns? What do Hannah's parents think about the tapes? What does Jessica's dad say after she tells him she was raped? Mr. Porter, what happens to him? Does he finish the tapes? Does he get fired? I need to know all these people. Do all these kids get prosecuted? What? Like, a season 2 needs to happen and answer all these. Let me know, I need answers. So those were all the questions I came up with. If you guys have other questions, definitely feel free to leave them in the comments below and we can all have just a general discussion about it if you guys are up for that. I really enjoy you guys I really thank you guys for watching this. I know not everyone has seen this show, but I really liked it, and it just made me compelled to write a list of questions and come and talk with you guys, because I do feel like these are very important issues whether you watch the show or not. Bullying, suicide, depression, rape, physical, emotional abuse, like all of this is just so hard-hitting, and it targets my audience perfectly to know just to treat other people with respect. And there are huge issues in the world, and there's bigger pictures going on than, you know, whether my eyelash is falling off or not, because a lot of people are focused on such little things when we could be just making such a big change in the world. So that's why I chose to do this video today. Thank you for watching again. I will talk to you guys all in my next video. Bye guys.